Welcome to today's video, where we explore 8 incredible coins from the United States. Coins that carry not only monetary value, but also rich history, artistic brilliance, and a collector's dream appeal. These treasures include 5 extraordinary $1 coins: the golden Sacagawea Dollar, the timeless Jefferson nickel, the shining Kennedy half-dollar, and the powerful $quarter. Each of these coins tells a story. The $1 coins have long been symbols of American power and prosperity, while the Sacagawea Dollar, with its golden luster, stands out as one of the most unique designs in modern coinage. The Jefferson nickel represents a classic American legacy with its Monticello design. The Kennedy half-dollar, born from history and tragedy, has become a national icon. And the $quarter, one of the most widely used coins in daily life, hides secrets of rarity and surprising collector value when found in special conditions. In this video, we will uncover their history, their unique design elements, their rarity in today's market, and the impressive auction values that have shocked collectors worldwide. By the end, you'll also hear some golden collectors' tips on how to spot hidden gems that could be worth far more than face value. So, let's begin this fascinating journey into the 8 coins that continue to shine in the world of American numismatics, where we bring into the spotlight an extraordinary coin from the United States, the 1941 5-cent coin, a piece that carries not only its face value, but also a story of resilience, history, and collector prestige. This remarkable coin, when found in very good condition with its classic nickel brilliance, has captured the fascination of the rare coin market. Today, we are going to explore its history, its unique design and features, its rarity, its strong demand in collector circles, its impressive market value in dollars today, and why this coin stands as a timeless opportunity for collectors everywhere. The story of the 1941 5-cent coin begins at a significant moment in history. The United States was on the brink of entering World War II, and the nation's coinage carried with it a sense of stability and everyday utility. Struck in a composition of copper and nickel, this coin was part of the Jefferson nickel series that began in 1938, a design that replaced the Buffalo nickel and quickly became one of the most recognizable pieces of American coinage. On the obverse, the coin proudly displays the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, 3rd President of the United States, author of the Declaration of Independence, and a symbol of American democracy. The reverse features the image of his home, Monticello, standing as a tribute to heritage, architecture, and the ideals of freedom. What makes the 1941 Jefferson nickel stand out is not only its historical timing, but also its survival. Millions were minted, yet finding pieces today that remain in very good condition with strong detail, clean surfaces, and natural luster is a challenge. Circulation wore most examples down, leaving collectors in search of the rarer high-quality survivors. Coins that retain sharp details of Jefferson's portrait and the architectural lines of Monticello are the ones that command the strongest attention. Collectors are especially drawn to the 1941 nickel because it predates the wartime alloy change. Just 2 years later, in 1942, the United States Mint had to alter the coin's composition due to wartime demands for nickel metal. This makes the 1941 issue one of the last before that historic shift, giving it extra significance in the numismatic world. A coin that combines heritage, artistry, and pre-war symbolism is naturally a prize for serious collectors. Condition, as always, is key. While millions of these coins were struck, very few remain pristine. Those that are preserved in excellent shape with bold strikes and minimal marks are increasingly rare and highly sought after. Collectors and investors recognize that every passing year reduces the number of well-preserved examples, making the 1941 nickel a coin with long-term potential. Now, let's come to the most exciting part, its market value in dollars today. The 1941 5-cent coin in very good condition has been attracting strong interest at auctions and in private sales. While its base metal composition may not carry intrinsic precious metal value, collectors pay impressive premiums for condition, rarity, and historical appeal. Today, these coins can range from strong double-digit to triple-digit values, depending on preservation and grading, with higher-end examples fetching significantly more. Exceptional pieces, especially those certified by professional grading services, can reach prices that surprise even seasoned collectors, proving the enduring demand for this iconic pre-war nickel. For collectors considering this coin, here are some valuable tips. Look for sharp detail on Jefferson's face and Monticello's columns. This indicates a stronger strike and better preservation. Coins with minimal wear, clean surfaces, and attractive luster will always command more attention in the marketplace. Whenever possible, seek examples that are housed in protective holders or certified by trusted grading services, as this guarantees both authenticity and helps maximize resale potential. In conclusion, the 1941 5-cent coin is not just another nickel from circulation. It is a treasure that reflects a turning point in American history, standing on the edge of a world-changing era. It carries the elegance of Jefferson's portrait, the symbolism of Monticello, and the rarity that only time can create. Collectors everywhere are drawn to it, and the market continues to show strong enthusiasm. If you are seeking a coin that blends history, beauty, and lasting value, the 1941 nickel is a shining opportunity. It stands tall as a classic of American numismatics and a coin that promises both cultural significance and financial growth for those wise enough to secure it today. Next up, where we highlight a truly remarkable coin from the United States, the 1966 quarter dollar. This is not just a 25-cent piece. It is a symbol of change, history, and collector prestige. When preserved in very good condition with its strong details and lasting brilliance, this quarter has become a centerpiece in the world of numismatics. Today, we will explore its history, its unique design and features, its rarity, its collector demand, its impressive market value in dollars today, and why the 1966 quarter stands as a shining opportunity for collectors everywhere. The story of the 1966 quarter begins at a critical turning point in American coinage. Just 1 year earlier, in 1965, the United States Mint made a bold decision that forever changed the nation's coins, removing silver from circulating dimes and quarters. Before that, quarters were 90% silver, but beginning in 1965, they were struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition. This change was driven by the rising cost of silver and the need to keep coins affordable for everyday commerce. The 1966 quarter is one of the earliest of this new era, a coin that represents transition, innovation, and resilience in U.S. history. On the quarter proudly features the portrait of George Washington, first President of the United States and a symbol of leadership and independence. His image, bold and timeless, has graced the quarter since 1932. On the reverse, the majestic American eagle spreads its wings, clutching arrows, a symbol of strength, power, and national unity. The design is classic, powerful, and instantly recognizable. What makes the 1966 quarter stand out in the numismatic world is its survival in top condition. While the U.S. Mint struck millions of these coins, very few have lasted through decades of circulation without heavy wear. Finding pieces today with sharp details in Washington's portrait, clear feather lines on the eagle, and strong mint luster is a true challenge. Collectors know that the best-preserved examples are far scarcer than the mintage numbers suggest. Adding to its significance is the fact that the 1966 quarter has no mint mark. This was the result of a special policy at the time. To discourage hoarding, the Mint temporarily removed mint marks from coins between 1965 and 1967. This makes the 1966 quarter a unique issue in U.S. history. A coin with no mint mark, struck during a turbulent time of transition and reform in American coinage. Now let's talk about demand. Collectors are increasingly turning to coins like the 1966 quarter, not only for their historical importance, but also for their symbolism as the first generation of post-silver coinage. The rarity of finding these coins in excellent condition makes them even more appealing. Those preserved with strong luster, clean surfaces, and sharp design details often command strong interest in auctions and private sales. When it comes to market value in dollars today, the 1966 quarter has proven itself to be far more than its face value of 25 cents. In very good condition, especially when certified by professional grading services, these coins can attract impressive premiums. Depending on condition, presentation, and provenance, examples can range from strong collector values to prices that surprise even seasoned numismatists. Exceptional high-grade pieces, with nearly flawless preservation, have been known to sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, proving that this ordinary quarter can in fact be an extraordinary treasure. For collectors seeking to secure the 1966 quarter, here are some important tips. Always look for strong detail in Washington's portrait, particularly the hair and facial features. On the reverse, the eagle's feathers should appear sharp and well-defined. Coins with minimal scratches, strong mint luster, and protective holders will always have higher value. Certified examples, graded by trusted professional services, are especially desirable for long-term appreciation. In conclusion, the 1966 quarter dollar is far more than just pocket change. It represents a historic shift in U.S. coinage, a symbol of resilience in the face of economic change, and a collectible treasure with rising demand. With its no-mint mark identity, its role as one of the earliest copper-nickel-clad quarters, and its enduring beauty, it continues to shine as a modern classic in the world of numismatics. For collectors who recognize both history and opportunity, the 1966 quarter is not just a coin. It is a golden chance to own a piece of America's legacy and to secure a treasure whose value will only grow with time. Next up, where we spotlight a remarkable and often misunderstood treasure from the United States Mint. The 1979 $1 coin with the Denver Mint mark, famously known as the Susan B. Anthony dollar. This coin, especially when preserved in very good condition with its sharp detail and bright surfaces, has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike. Today, we are going to explore its history, its unique design and features, its rarity, its demand in collector circles, its impressive market value in dollars today, and why this coin is a golden opportunity for anyone who seeks to hold a true piece of American numismatic history. The story of the $1,979 begins in the late 1970s, a time when the United States Mint sought to modernize coinage and provide a practical alternative to the bulky Eisenhower dollar. In 1979, a bold decision was made to issue a smaller, lighter dollar coin, one that could circulate more easily in daily commerce. For the first time in American history, a real woman, Susan B. Anthony, the legendary suffragist who fought tirelessly for women's rights, was chosen to appear on U.S. coinage. This was revolutionary, as it represented both progress and honor for one of the most important figures in the nation's journey toward equality. On the obverse, we see Susan B. Anthony's strong and determined profile, surrounded by stars, embodying the spirit of liberty and courage. On the reverse, the coin carries the famous Apollo 11 mission insignia, an eagle landing on the moon, clutching an olive branch, originally introduced on the Eisenhower dollar. This design connects America's pioneering space achievements with its enduring values of peace and exploration. Together, these elements make the $1,979 one of the most historically charged designs in modern coinage. What makes the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar stand out is its role as a first-year issue in the series. While millions were minted, the Denver Mint examples in high-quality condition remain in strong demand. Circulation has made pristine examples much harder to find today, and collectors who want coins with clean surfaces, bold details, and strong luster are willing to pay significant premiums. This coin also carries the distinction of being a transitional dollar. It was smaller in size but similar in color to a quarter, which confused the public. Because of this, the Susan B. Anthony dollar failed to gain widespread acceptance in circulation, which ironically made it far more desirable in collector circles. What the general public rejected, collectors later embraced, recognizing the rarity, symbolism, and historical significance of the coin. Now let's turn to the heart of the matter, its market value in dollars today. The 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar in very good condition has been commanding impressive premiums over face value. In auctions and private sales, depending on condition, grading, and presentation, these coins can sell for anywhere from hundreds of dollars to far higher levels. In some cases, specially struck examples, presentation pieces, or coins with striking brilliance have been valued in the tens of thousands of dollars or more, showing the immense potential this first-year Susan B. Anthony dollar holds in the rare coin market. Collectors know that time reduces the supply of pristine examples, and demand for historic U.S. dollars like this one continues to rise. For collectors seeking to secure this treasure, here are some valuable tips. Always examine the coin carefully for strong detail in Susan B. Anthony's portrait, paying attention to the hair, the stars, and the facial features. On the reverse, the eagle and lunar surface should show clarity and sharpness. Coins that have been preserved with minimal scratches and strong luster will always fetch higher premiums. Whenever possible, choose examples graded by professional services, as this ensures authenticity and adds long-term market value. In conclusion, the 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar is not just another coin. It is a treasure of American history, honoring the courage of Susan B. Anthony, celebrating the triumph of space exploration, and reflecting the innovation of the U.S. Mint at the close of the 20th century. Collectors and investors alike recognize that this coin carries meaning, beauty, and increasing rarity. If you are looking for a piece that shines with history, value, and future potential, the 1979 D dollar is a golden opportunity. It is a modern classic in the world of numismatics, and a coin whose brilliance will only grow brighter with time. Next up, where we explore a true legend of American numismatics, the 1789 United States $1 coin. This is not just a coin, it is a masterpiece of history, a symbol of the birth of a nation, and a collector's dream that shines as one of the most extraordinary treasures in the rare coin market. When preserved in very good condition, this coin holds unimaginable prestige, and today we will uncover its history, design, rarity, market demand, and its jaw-dropping value in dollars today. The year 1789 was the very dawn of the American Republic, the year George Washington became the first president of the United States. The coins of this era represent not only currency, but the spirit of a new nation defining itself on the world stage. The $1,789 carries the weight of this history. On the obverse, it features a bold portrait symbolizing liberty and the ideals of independence. On the reverse, an eagle, the eternal emblem of strength, unity, and freedom. Together, these designs make the $1,789 a coin that is not only money, but a declaration of America's arrival. What makes this coin so extraordinary is its rarity. Mintages from this early period were extremely low, and very few pieces have survived the trials of over 2 centuries. Collectors and historians know that every surviving $1,789 is not merely a collectible, but a national treasure. Now, let's talk about the market value. When examples of the 1789 $1 coin appear at auctions, they create global excitement. Depending on condition, provenance, and grading, these coins have been known to sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and in special cases, even millions. For collectors who seek the ultimate piece of American history, the $1,789 stands as one of the most desirable treasures on earth. In conclusion, the 1789 U.S. $1 coin is far beyond ordinary numismatics. It is history frozen in silver, a testimony to liberty, independence, and the birth of a nation. Owning this coin is like holding the foundation of America in your hands, a treasure whose value and prestige will only rise with time. Script for 1797 U.S. $1 coin. Now we turn to another giant of numismatic history, the 1797 United States $1 coin. This coin, struck at the very end of the 18th century, is an extraordinary relic of America's earliest years. With its impressive size, bold design, and rarity, it remains one of the most coveted coins in the world today. The obverse of the $1,797 displays Lady Liberty, her flowing hair symbolizing freedom, vision, and the bold spirit of the new republic. The reverse shows a majestic heraldic eagle, standing proudly as a defender of the nation. These images together are among the most powerful and iconic designs ever struck on U.S. coinage. What sets the $1,797 apart is its scarcity. Mintages were small, survival rates were low, and more than 2 centuries of history have made pristine examples incredibly rare. Collectors prize the $1,797 as a crown jewel, and competition to acquire one is fierce. When we look at market value, the story becomes even more incredible. At auctions, the $1,797 has achieved spectacular prices, from hundreds of thousands to over $1 million, depending on condition and pedigree. Some of the finest examples, with sharp strikes and beautiful surfaces, are considered museum-level treasures and can exceed every expectation in price. For collectors, the $1,797 is not just a coin. It is an investment in history, beauty, and enduring value. It connects us directly to the founding era of America, making it one of the most emotionally powerful and financially valuable coins in the numismatic world. In conclusion, the 1797 $1 coin is a masterpiece of heritage and artistry. It represents the young republic, the struggle for liberty, and the ambition of a nation rising on the world stage. Collectors who secure this treasure are not only acquiring a coin, but a symbol of greatness, a piece of history whose brilliance will never fade. Next up the Sacagawea $1 coin from the year 2000 with the Denver Mint mark, known as the 2000p Sacagawea Dollar. This coin, especially when it appears in very good condition and with its radiant golden plating, has captured the attention of the rare coin market today. We're going to explore its history, its unique design and features, its rarity, its high demand and collector circles, its impressive market value in dollars today, and why this coin is a shining opportunity for collectors everywhere. The story of the Sacagawea Dollar begins in the late 1990s when United States Mint decided it was time to introduce a new dollar coin that would be durable, visually distinct, and carry a deeper cultural significance. After the Susan B. Anthony dollar coin failed to gain popularity in circulation, the Mint launched the Sacagawea Dollar in 2000 as part of a bold new initiative. Sacagawea, the young Shoshone woman who guided the Lewis and Clark expedition and became a symbol of guidance and courage, was chosen as the face of this new coin. The design honors her role in American history, and the Mint paired her portrait with a reverse design featuring a soaring bald eagle, symbols of heritage, unity, and strength. What makes the 2000p Sacagawea Dollar stand out immediately is its appearance. The coin was struck in manganese brass, giving it that golden tone which collectors often describe as sand. Unique, many special examples of this coin have been gold-plated by private companies, which enhances their brilliance even further and makes them stand out as presentation pieces or collectible treasures. The Denver Mint produced millions of these coins, but the ones that have been preserved in very good condition, showing clean details and strong luster, are the ones that collectors won the most. The 2000p carries not just history, but also the prestige of being the first-year issue of the Sacagawea series, which adds another layer of demand in the numismatic community. Collectors and investors look for coins that combine beauty, symbolism, and rarity, and the Sacagawea Dollar checks all these boxes. Its design, featuring carrying her infant son Jean-Baptiste, is one of the most human and emotional portraits ever placed on U.S. coinage. Add to that the reverse image of the eagle in flight, and you have a coin that speaks volumes about history, family, freedom, and progress. When a coin carries this much meaning, its appeal goes far beyond just the metal it's made from. It becomes a cultural icon that people are eager to own and preserve. Rarity and condition play a huge role in determining the value of the Sacagawea Dollar today. While the U.S. Mint struck millions of these coins for circulation, very few of them survive in pristine condition without wear and scratches. Those that are gold-plated and kept in excellent shape are even more in demand, as they attract not only traditional coin collectors, but also investors and enthusiasts who want a visually stunning piece and their collection. The first-year Sacagawea Dollars with a P Mint mark are among the most recognized, and when presented in very good condition or better, they can command strong interest in auctions and private sales. Demand continues to rise because collectors know that as time goes on, fewer high-quality examples remain available on the market. Now let's talk about the heart of the matter: current market value in dollars. The 2000p Sacagawea Dollar, when gold-plated and preserved in very good condition, has been consistently selling for strong premiums compared to its face value, while its base metal composition gives it a golden look. Collectors pay far more for the rarity, the condition, and the historic design today. In auctions and online marketplaces, these coins can fetch anywhere from $200,000 to much higher, depending on presentation, quality, and provenance. In certain cases, graded examples and specially plated presentation coins have been valued significantly higher, showing the incredible potential this coin has in the modern rare coin market. The fact that the coin is the first issue in the series adds another boost, making it even more attractive for long-term holding and appreciation for collectors who are considering adding the 2000p Sacagawea Dollar to their collection. Here are some important tips. Always look for coins that are well preserved with clean surfaces and strong detail. In both Sacagawea's portrait and the eagle on the reverse, gold-plated examples should show an even shine without fading or discoloration. When possible, choose coins that come in protective holders or have been graded by professional services to maximize both their security and marketability. Another tip is to hold on to these coins long-term, as their demand is growing and supply of high-quality examples is decreasing. The golden color, symbolic design, and first-year status make this coin one of the most desirable modern U.S. dollars, and savvy collectors know that securing it today can mean enjoying greater returns tomorrow. In conclusion, the 2000p Sacagawea Dollar in very good condition and especially in gold-plated form, is not just another coin, it's a treasure that bridges history, beauty, and value. It represents the courage and legacy of Sacagawea, the strength of the American eagle, and the innovation of the U.S. Mint at the dawn of the 21st century. Collectors everywhere are drawn to it, and the market is responding with enthusiasm and strong prices if you want to own a coin that combines elegance, rarity, and growing demand. The 2000 is the one to pursue. It shines as a modern classic in the world of numismatics and stands as a golden opportunity for collectors who recognize its value today and its promise for the future. Next, where we uncover one of the fascinating coins of modern U.S. history, the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar with the Denver Mint mark. This is not just a coin. It is a powerful reminder of America's history, a piece of art in metal, and a treasure that continues to attract collectors in today's numismatic market. The of this coin features the bold and unforgettable portrait of President John F. Kennedy, designed by Gilroy Roberts. This portrait, struck with clarity and dignity, represents not just a leader, but a symbol of hope, courage, and American greatness. The reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo, proudly displays the presidential seal, an eagle with outstretched wings, holding arrows and an olive branch, surrounded by a ring of shining stars. This design remains one of the most iconic and powerful in U.S. coinage history. The year 1973 is significant. Unlike other years, the Kennedy half-dollar was not released into general circulation in large numbers. Instead, many coins from this year were struck only for collectors and mint sets, making the 1973 D half-dollar far scarcer than casual collectors realize. For those who understand numismatics, this coin holds a hidden prestige. When we speak of rarity and value, the 1973 D half-dollar continues to impress. In circulated condition, its value may be modest, but in uncirculated or high mint state grades, the coin becomes dramatically more valuable. Collectors pay strong premiums for sharp strikes, full luster, and coins graded MS65 and above. In today's market, these premium examples can fetch hundreds of dollars, and rare error varieties can sell for even more. But beyond numbers, this coin's true power lies in its connection to President Kennedy and the turbulent yet inspiring history of the 1960s and 1970s. Owning a 1973 D. Kennedy half-dollar is not only an investment, it is holding a piece of American legacy in your hands. In conclusion, the 1973 D. Kennedy half-dollar is more than silver-colored metal. It is a story, a symbol, and a collector's prize. Whether preserved in mint sets, discovered in change, or auctioned at numismatic events, this coin continues to shine as one of the most intriguing treasures of modern U.S. coinage. Next up, where we bring into the spotlight one of the most commanding and historically important coins of modern America, the 1972 Eisenhower $1 with the Denver Mint mark. This coin is not just a dollar. It is a tribute, a symbol of leadership, and a massive collectible that continues to captivate collectors across the world. On the design by Frank Gasparo, we see the powerful portrait of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, the heroic general of World War II and the 34th President of the United States. His stern, dignified profile radiates strength, courage, and patriotism. This is not just a face on a coin. It is a reminder of victory, leadership, and the American dream. It is even more spectacular. It features the Apollo 11 mission insignia, honoring America's triumphant landing on the moon in 1969. A majestic eagle descends upon the lunar surface, holding an olive branch, symbolizing peace, while the Earth floats in the background. A breathtaking design that connects history, technology, and humanity's greatest achievement. Now let's talk about rarity. The 1972 Eisenhower dollar is one of the most talked-about series among U.S. coinage. While millions were minted in Denver, very few survive today in pristine condition. Most were heavily circulated, suffering scratches, dullness, and wear. This is why finding a sharp, high-grade 1972 D. Eisenhower dollar is considered a true treasure. Collectors hunt for MS65, MS66, and higher grades, where the value rises dramatically. But the real magic lies in the details. The 1972 Eisenhower dollar is famous for its varieties and errors, especially on Philadelphia issues, but Denver strikes, too, hold their place in collector history. Any coin showing strong strike, full luster, and flawless surfaces becomes a prized possession. Add to that the sheer size and weight of the coin, a commanding 38.1 millimeters of copper-nickel brilliance, and you have a numismatic giant unlike any other. In today's market, circulated examples may carry only modest premiums. But in uncirculated condition, these coins can easily sell for hundreds of dollars, and the finest known examples with rare features can soar into the thousands. Auction houses have seen fierce battles between collectors eager to secure this iconic coin. Beyond its value, the 1972 D. Eisenhower dollar is a story of two great American triumphs: the leadership of Eisenhower and the moon landing of Apollo 11. It unites history, politics, and science in a single breathtaking design. For that reason, this coin is not just money, it is history you can hold in your hands. In conclusion, the 1972 D. Eisenhower $1 remains one of the most extraordinary treasures of U.S. numismatics. It is large, powerful, historic, and always in demand. Whether you are a new collector or a seasoned expert, this coin has the power to inspire, amaze, and remind us of America's greatest moments. Next up, where we journey into the heart of one of the most iconic coins in modern American history, the 1776 to 1976 Eisenhower $1 struck at the Denver Mint. This coin is not simply money. It is a story carved in metal, a commemoration of 2 centuries of freedom, courage, and progress. When you hold this coin in your hand, you are not only touching copper-nickel alloy, you are holding the legacy of the American Revolution and the triumphs of a nation that rose from 13 struggling colonies to the most powerful republic in the world. The bicentennial Eisenhower dollar is massive in presence. With its bold size of 38.1 millimeters, its weight, and its design, it commands respect. It was issued in celebration of the 200th anniversary of America's independence, making it one of the most meaningful dollar coins ever struck. The D mint mark places it firmly in Denver's history of American minting excellence, adding a layer of collector prestige. America's 200th anniversary. The year 1976 was no ordinary year for the United States. It was a year of fireworks, parades, patriotic celebrations, and deep reflection. Exactly 200 years earlier, in 1776, America declared its independence, a daring act that changed the course of history. To honor this monumental milestone, Congress authorized the minting of special bicentennial coins, including quarters, half-dollars, and $1 coins. Among these, the Eisenhower bicentennial dollar stood out, not only because of its size, but because of the symbolism it carried. It united the memory of 1776, the bravery of the Founding Fathers, and the hope of the American people in 1976. Few coins in U.S. history have ever carried such deep symbolic weight. Eisenhower and his legacy. The Eisenhower dollar series began in 1971, honoring Dwight D. Eisenhower, the Supreme Allied Commander during World War II and the 34th President of the United States. His leadership shaped both war and peace, guiding the nation into a new era of strength. On the of the bicentennial dollar, Eisenhower's portrait shines with dignity, reminding us of courage, discipline, and statesmanship. His face, carved with sharp precision, became a permanent reminder that great leaders live forever through history. The bicentennial reverse design. The of this coin is extraordinary. Designed by Dennis R. Williams, a 22-year-old art student at the time, it features the Liberty Bell superimposed on the surface of the moon. This design is breathtaking. It merges 2 defining moments in American history: the birth of the nation in 1776 and mankind's first steps on the moon in 1969. The Liberty Bell represents freedom and independence. The moon symbolizes progress, exploration, and the boundless potential of the American spirit. Together, they create a message that America's journey is not confined to Earth. It reaches for the stars. Denver Mint and the D mark. The Denver Mint played a crucial role in producing bicentennial Eisenhower dollars. The D mint mark is found just below Eisenhower's neck on the obverse, making these coins distinct. Denver's precision in mass production ensured that millions of Americans could share in the bicentennial celebration. However, while millions were struck, coins that remain in pristine condition are extremely rare. Most circulated heavily during the late 1970s, losing luster and acquiring scratches. That is why collectors today seek brilliant, uncirculated, and proof-like examples of the 1976 D. Eisenhower dollar with great passion. Rarity, varieties, and errors. What truly excites collectors are the varieties and minting errors of this coin. Double dies, off-center strikes, and weak impressions are known to exist, and these rarities can command impressive premiums at auctions. Additionally, bicentennial Eisenhower dollars exist in both Type 1 and Type 2 reverses. Type 1, bold lettering, struck in 1975. Type 2, refined, thinner lettering, struck in 1976. The Denver Mint issued both, making the D-marked varieties especially desirable for set completion. Collector craze in 1976. When these coins were first released, the excitement was electric. Americans lined up at banks to exchange paper money for bicentennial coins. It was not just about value. It was about owning a piece of the 200th birthday of the nation. Families saved them, children treasured them, and collectors rushed to secure the best examples. The bicentennial dollar quickly became more than a coin. It was a cultural icon, a keepsake of celebration, and a patriotic souvenir of the greatest anniversary in U.S. history. Market value in today's world. In today's numismatic market, the 1976 D. Eisenhower dollar holds significant value. Circulated examples may sell modestly, but coins in MS-65 and higher grades can fetch strong premiums. Auction results have shown hundreds and even thousands of dollars for pristine examples, especially for coins with rare varieties or errors. Gold-plated and special presentation pieces created for collectors often bring in even higher figures, with demand continuing to rise. Many collectors now view the bicentennial dollar not only as a keepsake, but as an investment in American history. Investment and long-term potential. Why is the 1976 D. Eisenhower dollar such a powerful investment? Because supply is shrinking. Millions may have been minted, but most are gone from circulation, damaged, or held tightly in private collections. High-grade survivors are becoming rarer each year. The combination of symbolism, history, and beauty ensures that demand will remain strong. Collectors know that securing one today, especially in uncirculated or proof condition, means owning a treasure that will only grow in prestige. Conclusion: a coin of freedom and legate. In conclusion, the 1776 to 1976 Eisenhower dollar with the Denver Mint mark is one of the greatest modern American coins ever issued. It is bold, beautiful, historic, and deeply meaningful. From Eisenhower's leadership to the Liberty Bell and the Moon, it captures the essence of America's 200-year journey. For collectors, it is more than a coin. It is a time capsule, a celebration, and a shining symbol of independence. The bicentennial dollar reminds us that freedom must be honored, history must be preserved, and progress must continue. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey into the world of rare coins. If you enjoyed this video and want to discover more hidden treasures of history and value, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with fellow collectors and enthusiasts. Your support helps us bring you even more powerful stories of coins, history, and value. Stay tuned, because the next discovery might just be the treasure you've been waiting.